Hey folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. I'm going to do a little video here on my WrestleMania 42 thoughts. This is not going to have any insider information other than the fact that if you didn't see it, CM Punk apparently got into some type of disruptance with a fan after WrestleMania 42, apparently in a hotel lobby or in the some type of lobby. A fan was taking video of Bailey. CM Punk took exception to this, came over, knocked the fan's camera down, his phone camera down, and that was pretty much it. Ace Steel, once again, having to babysit CM Punk, got involved and made, Punk calm down a little bit. So that footage is on TMZ, and it's not a big deal. Hopefully, for Punk's sake, the fan does not sue. I don't really see, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get on with it. What did I think of the show? Overall, it was about as good as I expected. Um, I don't think they blew the roof off the joint, but I don't think it disappointed either. I'd say a cumulative rating might be about a 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. I do feel like now we have a really weird situation for WWE fans, the ones that are paying attention. It's the next WrestleMania will be Saudi Mania, Saudi Arabia Mania. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as this show goes, it was fine. It was good. It was enjoyable to watch. I don't think it was mind blowing. Was it a WrestleMania for the ages? No. I think it can only really be compared to the other two-night WrestleManias of the last 5 or 6 years. And the one that always stands out is that first night when Stone Cold came out of retirement to fight Kevin Owens in kind of an unsanctioned street fight. That always sticks out. I think that's the first night that Cody Rhodes came back to the WWE as well against Seth Rollins. That always sticks out. But that's going on 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Let's take a look at these matches. First night, 50,000 some odd fans. I did like the fact that the WWE, if they padded the attendance, they didn't try to make it seem like this was a sellout or even as many seats sold as last year. Um, there's this new, do you call it transparency or a pseudo transparency with WWE now? I don't know. The Usos and LA Knight beat Division and One Show Speed. I still don't know why this guy is famous. I guess he's an influencer of some sort. I don't know too much about him, but he seemed like he was trying at least. And he did a big dive off the top, kind of turned babyface. I thought this match was okay. It served its purpose. I mean, are we going to, should I judge these things by stars? I mean, sure. Out of 5, give it 2.5. It served its purpose, but there wasn't much purpose to it. Just this was the free warm up show on ESPN. Fatu defeated Drew McIntyre. I did predict this correctly. Oh, the first match, I'll remember my predictions. I got the first one wrong because I did predict the the Vision side to win. So I'm 0 for 1. Fatu beat Drew like I predicted. So now I'm 1 correct, 1 wrong. I'm going back to my predictions video. The third one, I did see on WrestleMania that Paige was coming back, that she was expected to be here for this. She took the place of the injured Bella. They won the belts. A feel good moment, for what it was. I mean, I can only judge these matches on the best potential of the match. And I mean, I guess I'd give that 3 out of 5. I guess I give Fatu and Drew 2 out of 5. I just think it's another garbage match with Fatu and Drew just throwing tables at each other and so forth. No real point to it. This one, Paige, I'm not the biggest fan of, but, a lot of people do like her, and that's fine, and that's great. And they won, and it's just kind of sad to see Charlotte Flair and Bayley stuck in the middle of this match. Lash Legend, I like seeing her on the main roster. I've been singing her praises for a little while now. So I was wrong on this one, so now I'm 1 and 2 because I predicted Lash Legend and Nia Jax to win. The next one, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I'm trying to remember what I picked for that one. I really don't remember who I picked. I think I picked Becky, but I could be wrong. I'll give myself the credit. You can watch the video and tell me if I'm giving myself false credit. A decent match. Becky is very good. You know, you have to give her credit, and I don't think it's smart when Becky Lynch is heel. I think that's the wrong way to go. But she is quite talented, and she's quite a professional. Um, she is kind of. I really go back to when they first had the man Becky Lynch 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. I feel like they dropped the ball. I At the time I was doing videos too, and I said they were burying her alive, meaning that even when she was going to beat Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, they had her do the stupid leg gimmick where her leg was injured. I just don't understand it, but I'll give myself the credit. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think that I predicted that Becky would win. Gunther beat Seth. I'm pretty sure I picked that correctly. So now I'm 3-2. That was a good match. The crowd got into that one. I think the Gunther Seth match was definitely probably the second best match of the night. Liv Morgan defeated Stephanie Vacour. The big thing for this one, it just seems like, who was Madison or Maggie or Maggie, like 4 or 5 years ago? She had JC Jane and Bria Priestley in NXT. Maddie Rose, remember her? She was like the big deal for a while. They had her in a storyline with Otis, and then she had her own little NXT group, and then she got fired for doing an OnlyFans. It seems like Liv Morgan has kind of filled that spot that lady left open. But Liv Morgan with her little theme song, and it just seemed like a coronation here for a Liv Morgan title run. Kind of like they felt they owed it to her because she got injured at one point. It was not a great match. 2 out of 5. These women could have really done a lot better, but it wasn't a horrible match. It was just kind of quick and over with. And I'm pretty sure I predicted Liv to win that one, so I'll give myself 4-2. Cody beat Randy. Yeah, I think I got that one wrong, actually. So I think I'm 4 correct picks and 3. What did I think of Cody and Randy? I thought it was good. Nice to see these gentlemen bleed a little bit. The whole thing with Randy Orton having a back injury, the commentators kind of making this up. I mean, that was a tell that he was going to lose if they're already making excuses for him. I don't know. The whole thing with Orton hitting McAfee with the RKO, I think McAfee's going to play that off like, oh, even I can't trust Randy Orton fully. That's why he's so great. So I think they're just going to go on with this storyline for this tag team match with McAfee and Jellybean and Cody and Randy. But the match was actually pretty good at 22 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, so that's the first night, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. And I think that basically because there was nothing that was terribly bad, you know what I mean? And I think Gunther and Seth was quite good, and I think Cody and Randy was quite good. So, I mean, I gave that an 8 out of 10. Looking back, maybe it doesn't hold up as well. But you also had 3 title changes, 2 women's title matches change hands, 2 titles of the women's division. A lot of women represented on this show, 3 women's matches out of 7 matches, and 3 women's title changes, which is pretty interesting. So let's go to the next night, night 2. I give Brock Lesnar credit. He loses in under 5 minutes to Obafemi, and then he basically seemingly retires, although we've seen wrestlers do this before. I think Undertaker pulled this trick a few times where he takes his gloves and his boots off, or his gloves and his, whatever the fuck's off. That was Undertaker. But Lesnar seemed to be pretty serious. Heyman gets in there with the hug. The fans gave Lesnar a nice send-off. It's the age of retirement, folks. All these guys are retiring. Yes, I've written down all the matches because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But I thought that was a good Rock'em Sock'em Robots match, and now it's really up to Obafemi. If you think about it, how many people has Lesnar lost to at Mania? Drew McIntyre, Goldberg, going back to WrestleMania 20. He lost to Roman Reigns at a fucking WrestleMania. He lost to Seth Rollins at a WrestleMania. Lesnar's lost to a lot of people at WrestleMania, and they always act like it's some big deal when he loses. Let's go to the next match. That was a fun match. It did feel like an old school Money in the Bank WrestleMania match, but it wasn't for the Money in the Bank. It was for the Intercontinental title, a ladder match. Penta defeats The Field, J.D. McDonough. I disagree with Michael Cole saying that JD McDonough is going to be some superstar. I don't think so. I think he'll just be a good worker bee and then get lost in the mix like everybody else. Uh, Penta. It was interesting that Penta and Ray were wearing very similar outfits. Kind of sad not to see Ray Phoenix on this show. He was in the fucking SmackDown Battle Royal, the Andre Battle Royal that our buddy there, Royce, won. Royce Keys, the former Powerhouse Hobbs. But Ray Phoenix totally left off the show. But Penta wins a pretty nice, 4 out of 5 star ladder match. A lot of fun, not fun for the guys. I mean, at one point, it looked like Rusev really cranked up his neck, getting shoved through a ladder. The next match didn't do much for me. Did it do anything for you? Trick Williams defeated Sami Zayn for the U.S. title. Sami Zayn apparently going heel. Maybe they'll bring him in with Roman some way again. But I didn't think this match was particularly great. It wasn't the shits, as the wrestlers say, but it was just average. And no offense, folks, I don't quite get the whole thing with Trick Williams. I've seen the guy at the NXT shows a lot. I just don't see what people see in this guy. I mean, he's okay, but I just don't get it. The big deal with him. The whoop that trick. I mean, that's a lyric from a song from the Hustle and Flow soundtrack about beating up a prostitute. So when you see these families chanting "whoop that trick," I don't understand it. It's reprehensible. The Demon, the Finn Balor. I mean, sorry, folks. Finn Balor doesn't scare me. Like I just don't feel like Finn Balor wearing a bunch of goopy makeup. It never has frightened me. Oh my goodness, it's the Demon. Who gives a flying fuck? Okay. So the Demon defeated Dominic Mysterio. Good match, but when they try to instill fear into people, it's like, I'm not afraid of this little leprechaun or whatever the fuck he is. Okay, I'm just not. So good match, but I just the Fiend was pretty cool, Bray Wyatt, but the fucking Demon never got it. Prince Nevitt, Finn Balor, you know what I mean? It goes back to the King Kong Bundy thing. Bundy said I've had shits bigger than Chris Jericho. And Prince Nevitt, I just don't see the appeal. The Demon, the Finn Balor, I just don't get it. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Guess what, folks? I actually fell asleep during the match last night. I rewatched it this morning, and it's not that good of a match. I mean, Jade Cargill basically dominates until she's dominating, but then she has her little accessories, her little friends come out like she used to do in AEW. What did she call them? Like the B girls or the happy girls or some type of thing. There's a term that she would use for her friends. Um, I don't give a fuck. But basically, the match was not good. The Rhea Ripley's outfit was not good. Her wearing white didn't work for me. And Jade wearing this kind of golden brown, like gold and brown, not golden brown, but gold and brown outfit. I don't know. I just think this had a lot of potential. This was my disappointment. It's interesting to see how much bigger physically Jade Cargill is now than Rhea Ripley. Once again, Rhea Ripley had some cryptic post about being suffering from an eating disorder. I don't know if that's the truth, but she looked very small compared to Jade, and it really failed to deliver. And I think they'll try to shine this piece of shit match and make you think it was some great match. It really wasn't. It was disappointing. Jade Cargill, as great as she looks, I mean, she never was the worker bee in AEW, and she's not the worker bee here. But I mean, I think she can have a good match, but it's like she's got to just win the match. Like the better matches that Jade has is when she basically dominates and beats somebody, not like a competitive match. And this one was like Rhea slipped one over on her, which doesn't really make either one of them look good, to tell you the truth, because Jade loses, but Rhea looks like she just got her ass kicked for 90% of the match. Just the whole thing was an atrocity. I didn't like this match. I thought it way underdelivered. But the match that was next, I think, over delivered. I think CM Punk, there was a part in the commentary. Did you hear this? When Whistle Dick, Wade Boggs, or whatever his name is, Bad News Barrett said, abs are popping, the ultimate respect. Like he's talking about these guys, their ab muscles were showing off, and that's the ultimate respect. Okay, I guess. I never thought about that, but I thought it was a really good match, and I thought it was about 8 minutes longer than or 10 minutes longer than the match the night before. But I thought these guys delivered, Punk and Roman, and now you've got Roman with one title, kind of the unofficial world title, I call it the other title, and you've got Cody with what they still call it the undisputed WWE title, but it is disputed because Roman Reigns has a world title. So it's just it's so absurd and stupid that one company needs two world titles. You have a SmackDown world title and you have a Raw world title. It's really dumb, and it continues to be dumb. But in this case, it's interesting because I would like to see, are we building up for fucking Roman Cody 3 in Saudi, which I think could happen easily. I don't know if the Saudis will approve of that. I'm watching this guy park next to me, and he's running his little truck into the divisional thing. But I didn't think this match, I thought this match was good. I just think it's a thing where now we have two world champions once again in WWE. Silly and stupid and dumb, but we'll see. I think the bigger question mark is, what does CM Punk do from here? Was he upset, like legitimately, with this fan, or what the fuck? But I think there was some Wrestlemania rumors going around that Roman Reigns was going to take some time off from this match, but apparently not. I did watch the after show, and Roman Reigns was saying that he's going to be around all summer. By the way, folks, my book, Fight or Play Basketball, of course, I don't have a copy to show you right now, but somebody recently bought a copy on Amazon. I appreciate whoever bought it. My book, Fight or Play Basketball, it's on Audible, paperback, hardcover, etc. I'm looking at this book these days, Dynamic Strength. Have you ever seen this one? Um, but anyway, I mean, the WrestleMania was good. It was just a good time. If I'm paying for the ESPN app with the Hulu and the Disney and all that horse shit. But I felt like it was fun. I don't feel terribly motivated like these people that are paying, $16,000 for front row to go see WrestleMania. I don't quite see the appeal to that. But as far as just sitting there for a couple of nights and watching it in the comfort of my own home, it's quite fine. Also, this is my favorite time of year for playoffs. Basketball, NBA, and NHL. I really start getting into it maybe in about 2 weeks or so when we get to the quarterfinals and the semifinals. But just to have this thing of like one night it's NHL, the next night it's NBA. And when we get to the conference finals and stuff like that, the opening round is a bit overwhelming. I can't sit there and watch every single fucking game, but I did make a point. The Bruins were winning last night, 2-0 or 2-1, and they ended up fucking the cow and losing 3-2 to the Buffalo Sabres. So, in any regard, that's it, folks. Mike Messier, your buddy. If you have any thoughts, the Luthas, appreciate you checking in. My buddy AJ Norris, Golf Franchise, Shane McKenna, a couple of others, old schoolers, new schoolers. This channel still exists, on YouTube, but the Ko-fi is where I'm at now. KO-FI-COM, Ko-fi.com. I don't know if I have my propaganda. I do have some new paintings that I have to put the finish on maybe today. I made this one recently. And what's this one? This one's pretty cool. It's a snake. So that's it, folks. Your buddy Mike Messier. Another fun-filled, fantasy-filled week. Wrestling, sports, sunshine. You might be wondering, why is this picture all blown out? I'm sitting in my warm car. I'm going to get going, guys. Have a great week. If you have any comments or queries or questions, leave them in the comments. MikeMessier.com.